Anthony Cole rest are being restored. Okay? But this time around, we want to be very clear. And I'm very, very clear with this. Cassell Anthony Cole rest are being restored to participate in the election. Any attempt by the Labrador Football Association to deny Cassell Anthony Cole under their so-called integrity check, which we don't have any precedent case of, any attempt to deny Cassell Cole, there will be no LFA election. There will be no LFA election. We are not going to use the court system anymore because the court has ruled, and we must respect the ruling from the court. Any fighter us, we went there, we make clarity, but this time around, we want to be very clear, and I'm very, very clear with this. Cassell Anthony Cole rest are being restored to participate in the election. Any attempt by the Labrador Football Association to deny Cassell Anthony Cole under their so-called integrity check, which we don't have any precedent case of, any attempt to deny Cassell Cole, there will be no LFA election. There will be no LFA election. We are not going to use the court system anymore because the court has ruled, and we must respect the ruling from the court. Any attempt for the Labrador Football Association, because Mustafa Raji, he close ally, and the Kwame has said football is paramilitary and they move like a dictator. But any attempt for that to happen in this country, there will be no LFA election. We will stop the process. We will not go back to court, and we will take whatever action that needed to be taken. I'm sending them out to the Labrador Football Association, and then it's a message going to them. And I'm clear about this. Any attempt, again, I'm making myself very clear. Any attempt for the Labrador Football Association to not adhere to the rule of law of this country. Liberia is a rule of law. It's governed by the rule of law. Nobody is above the law of this country. The court has ruled, and he made it very clear that Cassell Anthony Cole rights are being restored. Looking at article.
It was nice. It was very nice. When I question and landed for India, I was not well. Okay. I was sick. I was struggling. And the time difference happened. They are at least 6 hours ahead of us. Okay. So I was listening time a change.
Thomas Flood Stadium delegation. On the same day, the funeral of the late father of former LFA Vice President for Operations, Cassell Cole, was held. There was concerns that you or the LFA as an institution boycotted the funeral. How do you respond to these concerns?
Very disappointing. Sorry to say, they're just damn stupid. Oh, Muslim. They're just damn stupid. No, Muslim.
How do you respond to these concerns?
Very disappointing. Sorry to say, they're just damn stupid.
Let me tell you this. I've seen about that election. Who's about no? The only thing that can make win that election is nobody else will be there. You put that secret about the other club, being the GB. You put that club the other part. Listen, you put that bad the other club. That's secret bad. That's seen by where on Billy Campbell. As well as a Sarah Sherry. Yeah. You put that bad the other club. And see people go. You get everybody that thing go the other bad. You not be there. You not like it. You know the reason why this request for escorting the Congress was treated in this way? Let me tell you this. I've seen about that election. Who's about no? The only thing that can make win that election is nobody else will be there. You put that secret about the other club, being the GB. You put that club the other part. Listen, you put that bad the other club, being the GB. You put that club the other part. Listen, You put out bad behind the club. That's serious bad. That's same bad where on behind the campo. As well as
Nice. Well, very nice. When I question Atlantic for India, or not well. I was sweating. And the time difference girl happen. They are at least 6 hours ahead of us. So our sleeping time it changed. So I have to adapt to it. So what I started doing was I would sleep long, not go for lunch, not go for breakfast, rest myself good, and when I started picking up, I was able to win straight for our track. The difference is our ranking increased. Yes, our ranking increased.
A pleasant good evening and welcome to the Freedom Weekend Sports on Freedom 87.9. Today is Saturday and we're in the brand new month, the month of May. We'd love to welcome you to the Weekend Sports with me, your usual presenter, Thomas Rollack. Welcome to the program, the Freedom Weekend Sports, right here on Freedom 87.9. We broadcast to you from Central Time on Riviera. With the time check in the nation's capital is 7 minutes after 1 o'clock. We'd love to say, join us if you can. Invite someone to join you this afternoon on the Freedom Weekend Sports. Coming up this afternoon, we will be playing host to the Independent Elections Committee chairperson of the Liberia Football Association 2026 Elective Congress, Barrister Councilor Mio BN will be our guest this afternoon. We'll talk wide range of football issues, what led to the disqualification of two presidential candidates, and what is the way forward now, moving forward, ahead of the May 15 elections. We need to understand some of the laws. You the public, those of you outside there in the public, you want to understand exactly. Some of you are angry. Why they deny the person you're supporting, why the other person was not denied. So I decided today to bring in the man who was given the responsibility, and you still have the responsibility in your hand today. He's Mio Bien. He's a barrister. He's a counselor at law. He's somebody who has been practicing for a very long period of time, a former student general in Liberia. He will be our guest this afternoon. We will talk, and then we'll dig deeper to know the historicity of elections in Liberia and what can disqualify people, what can qualify people, why opposing the law, why remove. If we want to know if the law of the Football Association and that of the Constitution of Liberia, how they work, what is the difference between the two of them, why one person's law is being privatized over the country laws and stuff like that. So we decided to invite him so we can talk more on the Weekend Sports. But just before we do that, we will have our guest who is already backstage to talk to us. We will clear our decks. We'll tell you the two main things that have been happening. Since the release of a qualified individual to participate in the election, there have been mixed reaction in the public. And this qualified presidential hopeful, Mr. Kassia Kuo, had an elaborate press conference on yesterday. We'll play you bit by bit few of the clips from the press conference. We out some of the trending news we have. The under 20 women national team preparing to leave the country for Guinea-Bissau. We'll tell you what is happening there. We'll have our Academy All-Star. Oh, can you imagine? Academy All-Star won 70 goals to 1. I saw their opponents when the men get glasses and slingers. Anyway, that's it. They were up 5-0 this afternoon, just before I could come on the radio in the first half against another team that are playing on today. But it is the Weekend Sports with me, Thomas Rollack. So we have our guests already backstage to talk to us. So there is no time to waste. Let's clear our decks and give you updates for what we know in Liberian football. During the course of the week, the Liberia Football Association through its independent committee released the list of qualified individuals to participate in the election, there were 29 aspirants. 2 got disqualified. 2 presidential candidates got disqualified. So we should be having at most 27. If I do the checking. So President Mustafa Raji will go unopposed, meaning nobody will challenge him. His third term, nobody will challenge it. He will go unopposed. No challengers. For now, until the dust can settle. Those vying to be head of women football, we have 3 individuals. We have Judy Seaton, the Ikuben. She's vying. She won a 3rd term along with President Mustafa Raji. We have Rochelle Wuzin, former executive committee member of the Liberia Football Association. We have Kadiatu Finis, former stakeholder, not former but current stakeholder, former top officials of the Liberia Football Association. And those others contesting are Anthony Dununkai, Sion Sidit, Momo Saros, Sekou Konen. Sekou Konen is the current vice president for administration. Christian Jiblewuya. We have Pewala Giants. Pewala Giants is contesting once again 3rd time. Hilary P. Saki of Pinsville Football Club. The name, if Hilary P. Saki, there's the guy that was Hilary P. Saki. I will come back there. Poker Roberts is contesting. He comes from Downtown Football Club. Tikle Mokonde from Freeport Football Club. 2nd time he want to continue as easy member. Arvin Brown, one person who has been there for a very long period of time. He was there. He came along with Mustafa Raji. Arvin Brown is contesting. Cardiff Harley, former superintendent of Grangeda County, is contesting. Adolfo Sei Dolo is contesting for the 2nd time. Ansu Dalit want to return to the top position of football in Liberia, many among football executives. He contesting. He's from the Disaster Management Agency. We have Amos Tue, the managing director of LPRC, is contesting. Initials Buakai is contesting. James Nimini of Jubilee Football Club, clear to contest. Emma Blai of Shatter Angels Football Club, he's the Secretary General, he's contesting. Jonathan Case Hoyle, he comes from Watanga Football Club, he's contesting. Women Smith, former vice president for operation of the LFA, he was defeated in 2022, he's contesting. Mr. Emmett Glasgow, tough talking Emmett Glasgow is contesting. Elvis Saliv is contesting, and here comes the last name, Seviko Soken Basigia, former black star of Liberia footballer. Seviko Basigia is contesting. Following the release of names, there have been mixed reaction in the public. Some are saying why Kuo were denied. So let me inform you that Kasia Kuo of FC Fascia was denied, and Sekou Keita of New Generation Beach Soccer Club was also denied. The 2 names so far so good, no, that got denied or disqualified due to some document issues and out of integrity issues. Sekou Keita document, Kaseko they say that eligibility issue. Stop Kaseko from contesting. So following that, Kuo had an elaborate press conference on yesterday. And that press conference was addressed by Kuo himself and that of a lead lawyer, Anthony Law Joseph Yalo Howard. Yalo said the LFA is alleging that the LFA deliberately avoided or the reason why they did not Cassell with the use of the criminal record that talk about they should not have been found guilty. He said the LFA he alleged yesterday that the LFA deliberately through the Independent Elections Committee deliberately avoided. They should not have been found. To put it there, that should have not been found guilty. He said that one, it means that the event should be happening now. The person should be found guilty now. When the person have crime on the head at about this time, they can contest the LFA election. But if they did that thing way back, people forgive them. They have the right to contest. Now listen to him.
Deliberately said the provision expressly provide that no person found guilty of a criminal offense is liable to contempt for a person. That lie. They started using the thing. That lie. That's why I said. I will tell you what the statute said. Then you be the judge. The statute did not say no person found guilty of a criminal offense is eligible to contest for the president. The statute say, let me tell you what the statute
Jesus.
said. And this was what they based their decision. 45.4. Right? Yes, sir. Good. 45.4. The last sentence in 45.4 relating to the basis, what was dispositive of their ruling. It says, they shall not, they means presidential expiring. They shall not have been found guilty. It is deliberate. It did not say no person found guilty of an offense. It said they shall not have been found guilty. That's a reason for that. That's a reason for that. And part of the reason why I'm in relief, I'm happy because when Chief Justice Bese was going for a confirmation, he said Chief Justice Bese was teaching English in Qatar. So I'm happy. The validity was brought down to the construction of the language in the statute. Shall not have been is a future present tense. No, it is a future perfect tense. It's deliberate. What that means is there has to be something in the past that continues in the present with implication in the future. What they wrote, it is blanket, is not existing. The statute, the framers of the statute were deliberate. They said, you shall not have been found guilty. What it means, my dear brother, is, as at the time in the present, that if you have a past event, it will hammer you in the present or it will lead into the future. It got to continue in the future. Shall not have been. Yanti, if they say, as at the time you are applying for president, you shall not have been indebted to any bank. It means that when you're owing Louis before, it means that today when you apply, you must not be owing every bank. Or that when you are indebted to LBR before, they published your name in 2000, you were settled an obligation. That's how indebted they're talking about. That shall not have been QA. It means that when you apply now, when they say you shall not have been divorced, you shall not have been divorced as at the time you apply. It means that if you are divorced 2007 and you marry, you celebrate already.
That's the voice of Anthony Law, Joseph Yalo Howell, representing the interests of his client, Anthony Howell also stated that he, through the other colleagues who are legal practitioners representing the interests of Mr. Kasi Anthony Kuo, will file an appeal with the Liberia Football Association appeal committee.
Appeal before any appropriate, we will be filing an appeal before any appropriate judicial forum, any redress mechanism that is available to ensure that Mr. Paul's rights are protected and the statute is interpreted as it was anticipated to be interpreted. Any forum will take advantage of it. We are not limited to, I don't want to limit this thing to any forum.
And that's the voice of Joseph Howell. Let me take a break to be back very shortly. Let me take the break to be back very shortly. We sincerely apologize for the break. Let me inform you again that we will be playing host to the Independent Elections Committee chairperson of the Liberia Football Association 2026 Elective Congress, Barrister Mio Bien. Also at that press conference, was the president of FC Fasio, Mr. Kasia Anthony, who said he alleged that the Football Association held by Mustafa Raji only won. Mustafa only won. He wanted to be on the ballot as an individual. That even when Jesus Christ come today, he'll be denied by the committee because Mustafa only won. He wanted to be on the ballot. Let's listen to Mr. Cole speaking.
And as Anthony Redley stated, the complaint that we filed was based on the integrity check form. We are fully aware, and there are evidence that Raji was expelled by Mana Ezedo Wesley for 2 years. And expulsion under the law is he was expelled for faking documents, players' registration, 1998. Faking document, players' registration. That is forgery. At the end of the day, they threw that part of the law outside because I said it before. I said, even if you bring Jesus Christ the Nazarene in this room, that is blameless. I said it before. I said, even if you bring Jesus Christ the Nazarene in this room that is blameless and send in his application to Councilor Mio Bien and their team, their aim and objective is to disqualify Jesus. The only person that is supposed to qualify is supposed to be Raji. So it is clear.
That's the voice of Mr. Cole there, alleging that the committee to his chairperson, Mio Bien, the president of the Football Association, they were all targeting him. That even when Jesus Christ come and want to participate in the race, he will be denied. Also, Cole has said that any attempt by the Liberia Football Association to illegally ban him from football, there will be no peace for football in Liberia because he will keep running to the court. Let's listen to Mr. Cole once again.
The day the FA sent that letter and illegally ban me, I'm telling you people, His Excellency President Joseph Ima Bouaka, Vice President Jeremiah Kwankun, and Speaker of the House, Senate Pro Tem, all of them, including the Minister of Youth and Sport, all of them should hear me clear. The day Mustafa Raji illegally banned me, it is my right to be in football. It is my right to see redress at the court if it is matter that violates my rights. So I'm seeking redress at the court for violation of my rights, my civil rights, under the Liberian law. If I'm banned because of that, trust me, we will not have peace in Liberian football, no matter the situation. We will continue to go to court. We will continue to stop the process and football in this country until we get redress.
We will continue to go to court. We'll continue to stop the process until we can get redress. The voice of Mr. Cool. Let me go to the line and let me see if I can bring my guest now on the show. Barrister Mio Bien. Let me see if I can pick up my guest on the show this afternoon, the Freedom Weekend Sports. I'm making effort now to get my guests on the show with me this afternoon. This is the Freedom Weekend Sports. If you just joining us, we are about to play host to Barrister Mio Bien, who is our guest this afternoon on the Freedom Weekend Sports. While making effort to bring in Mr. Bien, let me inform you that the Liberia Under 20 Women's National Team has released the list of players to go to Guinea-Bissau. While I make efforts to bring in Mr. Bien at about this time, let me inform you that Coach Famata Dean and her deputy Terry Cole have released the list of players for the women's Under 20 national team of Liberia. So we have Louis Brown of Determined Girls, Wonder Jewel Walkers. So Mr. Bien has promised to call back in 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes' time, we'll have Mr. Bien on the show with us. Louis Brown of Determined Girls, Wonder Jewel of War Girls, Olivia Human of Ria Monja, Angels Brown of Workers, Yasa Galagolo of Dolake FC, Patient Conan of Conan, or Rava Angels, Grace Kamara, senior female professionals, and needed pass away, senior female professionals, Rachel Carlos, Summertime Football Academy, Howard Dix, River Lilies, Glorious Kaya, Summertime Football Club, Serena Zalo, Walkers FC, Makassar Sion, Rava Angels, Beno Yanti, Determined Girls, Princess Hills, Ria Manchu, Yata Jaliba, Ria Monja, Grace Young, Bushel Queens, Mankula Cornin, Rava Angels, Janice Domba, senior female professionals, and Devin Gallo of Determined Girls. The list of players called up by the women's under 20 national team of Liberia for game waffle tournament that will take place in Guinea-Bissau. So very shortly we'll have our guests right there with us on the weekend sports with me, Thomas Kojo Rolak. So while we anticipate the coming of our guests very shortly, let me see if I can squeeze in this person. Miobian is our guest on the Freedom of Weekend Sports. Let me see if I can squeeze in this development of international sports, a bit of international sports. Yeah, my friend. Let me inform you about what is happening in the English Premier League. Let me go right there. Let me go right there and get this done. So in the English Premier League on today, Brentford will take on Western United, Newcastle United against Brighton, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Sunderland, Arsenal will close the day by 4 p.m. My colleague in China, Sylvester Tamba of OKFN is trying to reach out to me. Let me see if I can get in. So very shortly, we'll take Mr. Mubian on the show as our guest. My colleague in China who traveled with the Country Me All-Star, Sylvester Tamba, is trying to reach out to me. Sylvester, I'm getting back to you, but I'm not getting you. Sylvester Tamba, where are you? As I wait the calls of Mubian this afternoon as our guest. Yeah. Let me see if I can get this from right there. I don't know where is Mio at about this time. So our guest is Mubian. Well, before we take our guest, as we are with our guest on the weekend sports Mubian, let me get a soundback of this one from Mr. Emmett Glasgow. Let me get a soundback of this one while I prepare to have my guests coming on the show.
We went there, we made clarity, but this time around, we want to be very clear. And I'm very, very clear with this. Cassell Anthony Cole rests are being restored to participate in the election. Any attempt by the Liberia Football Association to deny Cassell Anthony Cole under their so-called integrity check, which we don't have any precedent case of, any attempt to deny Cassell Cole, there will be no LFA election. There will be no LFA election. We are not going to use the court system anymore because the court has ruled, and we must respect the ruling from the court. Any attempt for the Liberia Football Association, because Mustafa Raji, he closed Allah, and the Kwame has said football is paramilitary, and they move like a dictator. But any attempt for that to happen in this country, there will be no LFA election. We will stop the process. We will not go back to court, and we'll take whatever action that needed to be taken.
We will stop the process. We will not go back to court. But how come we are going back to court? The voice of Mr. M. Glasgow, he spoke with us a couple of weeks ago. That was when the rights of Mr. Cole were restored by the committee. Then listen to Joseph Howe also addressing the media a couple of days ago before we get our guests.
Let me tell you this. I'm secret about that election. The only thing that can make win that election is nobody else will be there. You put that secret about the other club being the GB. You put that club the other. Listen, You put that bad behind the club. That secret bad. That same bar where on Billy Campbell, I know where's it, Sarah Sherry. Yeah. You put that bad behind the club. And see people go, you get everybody that thing go behind that bad. You not like it. You know the reason why this request for extraordinary Congress was treated in this way? Because the expectation was that there's not more than 10 persons that will sign anything against Mustafa. That was the expectation. Not more than 10. I was talking to one and I go about 10. I don't know the thing on way. But it's not more than 10.
That's Joseph Howard. Let me see if I can squeeze. Let me bring my guest on now. Trying to get back to my guest this time now. Oh, wow. Let me bring my guest, trying to ensure I have my guests prepared at about this time for the show. Okay, while I stay with my guests, recent the mobilization committee chairperson of the national team of Liberia, Reverend Luther Tappet, was at the Ministry of Information speaking about the way in which the national team players are treated. And he has been given a reason why Liberia as a country has failed to qualify for any major competition in the last 24 years. Let's listen to him.
Next question, what have you been hearing about that caused Liberia not to qualify? Well, that was the main reason I went to Morocco. I went there to talk to the players, and they raised a number of issues. Among them was number one, Lone Star does not have a permanent coach. The Lone Star players are treated like a child that in somebody's home 2 weeks, then they take them to another parent 2 weeks, another parent 2 weeks. So you have all kinds of philosophy that you have to deal with. So the players were very adamant about this. No permanent coaching. So we are working along with the FA and the government to make sure that Liberia have a permanent coach, at least for 5 years. Someone that will be here, a professional foreign coach that will help the team to solve some of these real issues that the country is facing. They also named, as a Liberian, I was very ashamed when I heard the players that there are some hotels around Africa that Liberia the whole hotel was never go hotel for nothing. We did it
here. That's Luther Tape. He's the mobilization chairperson of the national team of Liberia. There. Oh, where is Mew at about this time? You are just calling me back. I'm not getting Mew. That means because Sylvester Tamba, who is currently in China, and with the Academy All-Star team, while I await the call of Mr. Miobian. Sylvester Tamba, good afternoon from Monrovia, and welcome to the Weekend Sports, Sylvester. How is China?
China is great. It is a pleasure that you called me at this time, and the time in China is 9:34 p.m.
Oh, so late even time. So just 1 or 2 before I came on air, I saw a report that the boys were leading 5. The Academy All-Star were leading 5-0 before the break. And yesterday they got a 17-1 win.
Yeah, so our select team of 15 players from the various countries completed their 2 matches today. In the Village Super League friendly matches. This competition is a traditional competition in China that has no age limit, but the oldest person that have ever played a competition is 56 years old, and the youngest person is 12 years old. Ricardo Kaka, the Brazilian Kaka, is one of those who have also participated in this competition. Fabio Cannavaro, the Ballon d'Or winner of 2006. Also, so that today, Label played their final game. Label won 5-2 today.
Oh, okay. After getting a 17-1 win we settled to 5-2. What do you think? We didn't get the same score as compared to yesterday.
Yeah, so one thing we need to understand, this is a regional league. The way they counted me again, I think this going to count me. A county lost like 5-1 or 5-0. Yes, I think Pong lost, right? So if a county is strong, you should understand that county will dominate. So the people who play from different region. So the people who play today, Lishan, Landi, Mia village team, they're from another region. So every time of this competition, it's not just about football, but almost like the way the country meet is, each country will bring their team. The hardest competition is they have 29 regions within the Ranjong County. So the Ranjong County team played like Liberian team yesterday. Remember the players that came to play, they all from they are grassroots based players. These are players that play in their counties. Nobody what they play. For example, Raheem Morgan playing in Moscow County. So he was selected. They began with school, 2 goes to the Heron Jar.
Sylvester,
yes.
the public is concerned in Liberia about those we play against yesterday wearing sneakers and in our glass.
So Eka David used to use his
that's not the type of glass we saw. No, the one we saw on Eka many years ago.
Understand.
Yeah, where?
Yeah,
where is
it
Leo
is
being?
a rubber glass. It is a rubber. It is a rubber glass. He used, yes, it is a rubber. Yeah, because I'm here, I took his photo and he even shook my hands, every one of them.
Okay.
So it is a rubber glass.
Okay.
I think many people need to understand. It is a rubber glass.
Okay, Sylvester, thank you very much for filling us in. Let me see if I can get where is Mio at about this time? No. Whatever, yeah. On phone with another person. Wow. Oh, Jesus Christ. We just agree. We agree about coming to the show. Wow. Wow. Let me take a break to be back. Let me take a break to see if I can get him by other means. Wow. Let me take a break to see if I can get Mio by other means. Let me check where he is at about this time. So welcome back to the weekend sports. I just realized that Mio have a tight schedule. He's coming on the show. He's coming on the show very shortly. I just realized that Mio get a tight schedule. He's making rounds across various institutions. I just went to one of my sister stations. He there giving update from the elections committee. So I just received a signal from him that he will be here very shortly. He will tune in very shortly that He's been making rounds. He's been making rounds, and he's making rounds, and he will soon get done and join a very short day. So that continue with the show. Whatever time he comes on, with our remaining time, we'll talk to him. If it will take us 15 minutes to talk to him, we'll talk to him. But I realized that he's making rounds on other stations, and I stay waiting signal from him as he promised to get back to me very shortly. So okay. Let me now. I now have the councillor, Councillor Mio Bien had not joined us on the weekend post. Council, today is a tough day for you. I just realized that you've been making rounds.
This is my fourth interview.
Oh yeah,
so but it's okay.
Yeah,
as long as we provide information. Sorry for earlier on.
Okay, no problem. It's good to have you on the weekend. Suppose you on Freedom 87.9. Council, on Thursday, the committee released the list of qualified candidates. Two presidential aspirants got disqualified. The public would love to know what wrong they did or what led to that disqualification. Firstly, we will move forward.
Thank you very much. Perhaps I'd like to give a little bit of background, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
So that we are on the same page. So, sometimes in February, this committee was elected at the Congress. Okay, in February, I think it would have been 22nd of February. They were elected consistent with the LFA statute and the electoral code. What is our duty? You might want to know. The listening audience might want to know. Our sole responsibility is to conduct and manage the affairs of these elections. And going on. That is our mandate. Our responsibility and duties are defined under the electoral codes. You might want to read them specifically Articles 3 and Article 6. Manage the affairs of these elections and issues emanating from the election squarely our responsibility to manage it. So that is our mandate. So consistent with that mandate, we drew up the guidelines. We announced that elections were meant to be held April 18th. 18th of April. One candidate, in person of Casa Anthony Court, filed precept to the court to prohibit the process. So there was a temporary injunction on the process, sometimes in March, as you know. So that automatically led to us stopping the process. Later on, there was a permanent injunction, as you know. So that process continued until April 9, when the matter was heard and it was disposed of. On the 9th of April, 2026. What was the opinion of the civil law code? They said two things. They said, like any other citizen or stakeholder in football, you have the right to contest. You have not even applied to contest. You say you'll be unfairly treated. So go and do that. That's the first thing. They say, but in addition, you must subject yourself, you must avail yourself, in other words, to the electoral process and the guidelines. So he came back, all right, he applied. Fast forward, we drew up a new guideline, sorry, not new guideline. We drew up a new deadline, all of the deadlines and new dates and so forth. Making April 17 the deadline.
Okay.
So he filed as like all Canada, everybody filed their application within the deadline.
Okay.
And they pay their bill, they pay their money, everything.
Okay.
Our responsibility, as I said, consistent with the statute, was to vet these candidates.
Okay.
As we said. Okay. So we vetted the candidates. All of the candidates were vetted. All. And the candidates we have problem with, we invited them for interview.
Okay.
So it was not only Kasser. Raji was a subject of information, he was invited. Sekou Keita was invited.
Okay.
Sebekos Basigia was invited. So these candidates were invited to a hearing so that the committee inform and apprise itself with the information that we thought we have problem with.
Okay.
So in the case of Raji, you might want to know, there was rumor about his citizenship. In fact, FC Fasil filed formal complaints before me and acknowledge it.
Okay.
And we had to investigate.
Okay.
So we call him about his citizenship, we call him about documented fraud.
Okay.
And so we went into it. There was no conviction about documented fraud. Our responsibility, we're not a court. We look at information, we follow it up.
Okay.
His citizenship issue was brought to book. It was proving he's a citizen of the country. He has a passport. There's no criminal record about whether he forged it. That is not our responsibility. He carries a Liberian passport.
Okay.
So that was confirmed in his hearing. So we let him go. In the case of Sekou V. Sharif, his issue was nomination. He had met all of the criteria: Liberian citizen, age 25 and above, stakeholder, resident in Liberia, but his nomination. Each of those criteria carries equal weight. In the case of Sekou, his nomination was problematic.
Okay.
The law says 45.3, Article 45.3 says, to be allowed to contest, he must be nominated by a member of the FA.
Okay.
A membership is defined. There are 49 members as we speak.
Okay.
Okay. So he was nominated by a group of beach soccer members.
Oh, okay.
That's not what is in the statute here. The statute says the Association of Beach Soccer.
Okay.
So it has to be the leadership. It has to be the guy who is now there representing the Association of Beach Soccer. It can't be anyone else. It's like saying in the case of Lona. So if you have Lona as the Old Timer Association, as you know, a club in Lona cannot nominate you. So AFA or Pinsville Old Timer or Bannerville Old Timer or a veteran cannot nominate you. It must be Lona leadership. Maybe Masomoba. He must be the one to nominate you. If he doesn't nominate you, you cannot be a member.
Okay. Then it does bring me to the question of the issue of history of documented fraud. If you can remember the press conference that was conducted by you and your team, you and I went back and forth on this issue of history of documented fraud. That it was not in the statute of the LFA. Where you got it from to put it on the guideline? I come in. I got an information of late that you remove, it is a letter, you remove that part. Certain time when the issue of Mr. Raji's history of documented fraud was being raised, and then a communication was served to the Independent Election Committee, that part of the history of documented fraud was allegedly removed.
So, Thomas, the question I should ask you is removed by who? Where was it removed?
Changed. It was changed. No.
Wait. And you asked me a question. Let me answer you. Do you have a copy of the guidelines?
I have a copy, and the guideline says.
So look at the copy. Is it removed from the copy? You got?
No. What I have.
So how?
No. So was it not changed? Was the word was the use of the word history of documented fraud, was it not changed?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, then I want to know, the guideline says when you are once from the eligibility guideline talk about when you have a history of when you are convicted before, but I read the integrity check. The integrity check only can fall A, B, and C, or A and B. A says when you are found guilty when you're convicted by a state court in the territorial boundaries of Liberia, that's state court. Then B talk about you might have been convicted by the LFA, meaning maybe you had issue with the LFA, CAF, and FIFA. So what is the difference between that of what is on the book and that of the eligibility criteria that you set up?
So what is your question?
My question, yeah. So my question is the yardstick that was used, because what is on the integrity check? They say you must have been found guilty by the LFA. Maybe they talk about ban, they talk about suspension. They say CAF and FIFA. And then who are reading is true that all of the candidates, that all of the aspirants that apply, right, they were not found guilty by CAF, FIFA, and the LFA. So the yardstick, I'm speaking to what's the yardstick used.
Okay, so let me give you the rationale, the explanation, and that's why I wanted you to construct a question in a way that your listening audience out there, have an idea about where we're going with this integrity check.
Okay.
Now, you know all too well that if you are currently on a ban by FIFA, CAF, WAFU, or the FA, you cannot participate in elections.
Okay. Oh, when you are current when you are current on a ban?
Yeah, by the LFA, you cannot. There's two things. Don't get us wrong. Let me make it clear. On the integrity check, if you are currently on a ban, you're not supposed to test in any football activity. You don't know that? You're aware of that, right?
I'm aware.
So we did a check to ensure that all of the candidates who apply are not a subject of any ban by the FA, FIFA, CAF, or WAFU. These are the controlling football parties, because it would be useless for us to qualify you and you go on winning. You cannot attend LFA, FIFA activity. In fact, the election is part of FIFA activity. It's part of LFA activity. So we must be clear that you are not a subject of those disability clauses first. That is the form, right?
Yeah.
But this is separate from the statute and the eligibility, which I'm about to explain to you. In the statute, as you know, there's 4 major criteria about eligibility to contest. What are they? 1, as I said to you, Liberian citizenship. 2, stakeholder, soccer stakeholder. 3, age 25 and above. Minimum high school qualification, in fact, the journal. Right? And then 4, criminal conviction. And it's clearly stated, they shall not have been found guilty of a criminal offense. That's how it's written. And of course, I know you know the 3. I don't want to waste my time on explaining the 3. As at the time, because as at the time you're applying, you must meet all of those criteria. 1, you must be a Liberian citizen as at the time you apply to contest. You must be 25 years old. You must not be lower. You must be 25 years old or above. At the time you're sending your application. At the time you're sending your application, you must be a stakeholder. And stakeholder is defined. You must be a former player. You must be a medic. You must be part of is there. Right? The 4th one, which is the most, talk about easy to interpret clause that people inadvertently or inadvertently are misinterpreting. It says, they shall not have been found guilty, but they meet all of the candidates who are applying. So I like to define that, what it means. You break it on bono, shall not be must. And that's what we're saying. That is a disqualification, it's a must. In contract law, after law for over 6-7 years, right? It is an elementary legal principle.
when a clause carry, when the contract carries shall not, it means must not.
Ever.
So it says they must not replace shall not with must. They must not have been found guilty.
Okay.
Right? I say the second part. Second part is found guilty. To be found guilty means it is an outcome of a judicial process that a person or individual was subjected to. So if you're subjected to a criminal proceeding and the result or the ruling from that proceeding is to pronounce that you are guilty, it means you fall under that category.
Okay.
It did not say when it happens in America. It did not say when it happens in London. It did not say when it happens in North Korea. It said when you are found guilty of a criminal offense, right? You that are applying, you will be a problem. They say when they quote in America or when they quote in Liberia. That's not what our law say. And I don't know why people keep saying
so
the law say the quote must be in Liberia. That's what the law they want to read. You heard anything about when you commit crime in Liberia?
But barrister BM and the LFA statutes cannot be used to govern football in Africa that is next to or Sierra Leone close to us. So Liberia is a country of law. And in the 43,000 square miles of Liberia, when you go and commit a crime in Sierra Leone, you serve a time in Sierra Leone. When you go and commit a crime in Sierra Leone, when you come to Liberia, do you get affected with that crime you committed in Sierra Leone?
You know, I nearly got tempted to tell you, say, you're going to change that law. If you feel the law is ambiguous, when you go to Congress, you'll change the law.
Okay.
And your stakeholders, you're going to change the law.
Another,
as it is, as the law is, as the law is, when they say criminal conviction, they didn't put any qualification there. That you put in qualification there. That you saying when you get criminal conviction in China, it doesn't apply. That you are in there. That's not what the framework say.
Mr. Bien,
you get criminal conviction,
your the aspiring, the disqualified aspiring and his lead counselor and Joseph Howard is saying they should not have been in a clear understanding what they're saying at about this time that you contesting or you want to contest. You should not be having any guilty verdict hanging on you. Because, for example, you committed a crime 1992 during the war, you killed somebody, they put you in jail. When you come today, you serve a time that 1992. When the election about to go on and you want to contest today, you should not be having any criminal record on you at about this time because you will not be allowed. That is the argument of the other side.
But and I was saying, so it means they validate our argument. So they are saying, as at the time you apply, you will not have any criminal record, right? And I was saying?
At about this time now.
But I was saying, so as at the time Cassell is applying to contest, does he have a criminal record?
No, the man right has been restored. The man served a time in the US and came back.
Wait.
No. No, they say you must be convicted now when you have that conviction on you now.
What do you mean when you have that conviction?
No. When you get a chin on your neck now, they say all those that want to contest for the LFA presidency, when you having chin on your neck, you will not contest.
That's what the law say.
I'm trying to put in that layman tuna to you.
Oh no. I know. I'm saying, but what it says in a layman tuna, what it says, like your interpretation. Let me tell you this. You know, it is sad. It is a sad thing because irrespective of our law for people, irrespective of whether we represented people, we must be able to tell them the truth.
Okay.
Let me tell you why it is dishonest to have interpreted the law the way it was interpreted.
Okay.
The same lawyer, including Jimmy Bomo, who is a good friend of mine, and Joseph is a friend of mine. I know all of them.
Okay.
Before we even came up with a decision, before I come to explain it to you, let me explain the history. These two people, they chain thing you're talking about, chain, rope, and this and that. These people went to the Supreme Court. And as I said to you, know what they went to the Supreme Court for? They said the way the law is, the current law, the law disqualifies Kaseko from contesting. That's what they said. They say the Supreme Court must look into because the way the law is, and this is their interpretation. That's why when you get before we even came up with our decision, this is way before they ran to the court. They knew. They said, look, the way the law looking, it will permanently bar Kaseko. So let's go to the Supreme Court and tell the Supreme Court the law violates the Constitution.
Okay.
So because it violates the Constitution, we must change the law.
Okay.
So in layman's sense, that's why I explained to you now. And are we interpreting it that way? That me?
Now you go ahead.
No, answer the question.
No, now you
interpreting it that
no,
way.
not you.
And I lawyers?
Like, yeah, go ahead.
The case that if you want to argue or bring a case, you see their argument. They argue, they say the way the law rating, that the thing. So let me fast forward now. After we make the decision, the same lawyers that went to the Supreme Court and say the lawyer is violating our client right, that the same lawyers come and say, oh, the decision they're wrong. They say, what made the decision wrong? You say the way they're interpreting the law, and not how the law will be interpreted. We say, oh, but wait now. You that went to the court and interpreted the law the same way. 1 week after we made a decision, or a few days after, you come back and say, no. It's a past perfect tense. It's a past participle. It's in the present, in the future.
Okay.
Let me ask you, who told you found guilty? You remember the elementary, when they say found guilty, does it have anything to do with future?
Go ahead, Barrister.
When you're walking, you say, I found a thing. What does it mean?
Barrister, go ahead. It happened in the past?
Okay, exactly. It means this is a past history.
Okay.
The word guilty means some kind of body now try you, or some kind of body now, yes, through a judicial forum.
Okay.
They've heard something and they have come up with a decision. That's what guilty means. It is a subject of a decision.
Let me just do
that
this.
Decision. Yeah. So that decision in this case was a guilty verdict for him.
Okay.
And that's why we, and it's not us making the law, that's why we who have seen the law, we will know what the facts are. Say, look, it is not in my preview, everybody should contest.
Okay.
As I said to you, I'm lavishing praises on Kasser. I think he's done well in his few years out. He's managed to bring some enthusiasm, new energy to the game. He must continue until the laws are changed. In my view, if stakeholders believe this is the thing. Stakeholders can go to Congress. You just need few clubs to sign. They'll go to Congress if they want to change the law and make us say they remove the bar from him. It is up to them. It's not up to me. Just asking me to make new law and qualify. I say, where I get that power from?
Bien, just before I go on a line to speak with the callers and Mr. Kaseko himself, who has enlightened me that he want to form part of the discussion, is under the integrity check, count 2, it says, has a sports governing body ever imposed or any disciplinary or similar sanction or measures on you in the past for actions which amount to a violation of the rules of conduct set up in Part 2, Section 5 of the LFA Code of Ethics? It is on this part people talking about the history of documented fraud. Why was Mustafa not disqualified?
Because there's no court record that says you committed documented fraud. That's what people saying.
The last time,
in the view of the committee,
the last time
there was no.
Barrister, the last time we were at that press conference, I told you clearly that history of documented fraud, the definition that we all know, it doesn't say you should be convicted. They say history that your past. They said the LFA. The LFA The LFA say.
What we're saying now,
Mm.
but Thomas, I keep telling you. So someone say, Thomas, you stole before. So you want me to accept it? Because someone say, hey, you got to bring the evidence.
Oh, so the guys didn't provide
So
evidence.
What evidence did they bring?
Oh, okay.
What evidence?
Okay, so for sure he's saying the guy. For sure he's saying the guys didn't bring evidence. Let me get Mr. Kuo.
There was no evidence. I'm telling you, there's no evidence. I'm not here to listen to hearsay. You think I will convict you?
Okay.
If they brought you before me, I'm a judge. If anybody say you Madingo Ben, you think I will tell look at you and say, oh, this. No.
Let me
tell you. Yeah.
Let me get let me get Mr. Kuo on the line and all us. Mr. Kuo, good afternoon. Mr. Kuo, good afternoon and welcome to the Weekend Sports. I know it is heartbreaking for you to be around and then see yourself being disqualified. But I hear from you, Mr. Kuo. Welcome.
Oh, good afternoon, Thomas Kojorola, and good afternoon, Councillor Mio B. And honestly, it's not heartbreaking for me. I think that's a strong word to use.
Oh, okay.
I've seen tough times in life, more than a disqualification from a committee, which I believe was biased in their decision. So
bias could be too harsh. What do you mean bias?
I don't think it's heartbreaking for me. The problem here is, I subjected myself to the committee, number one, based on the coach request.
Okay.
But I knew from the initial stage that this committee was a set-up plan to just get Kasekwo off the ballot, because that is most of Raji only means of becoming president of the Liberal Football Association, and not through the ballot box. So that is why we seek redress at the court in the first place, even before we apply.
Okay.
So we subjected ourselves to this process because one of the reasons why was after the court instructed us to do so, I looked at the committee and I saw that there was a lawyer, a counselor, in person of Miobian, who I believe has the full capacity and understanding of the law.
Okay.
And I believe that he was.
Hello? Wow.
He was to come up with an informed and
decision?
a transparent decision.
Okay.
So we decided to subject ourselves to the process.
Oh.
Look,
I come bien. Let me get Kuo back. I receive a local call. Let me get Kuo back. Yeah, Kuo. Sorry.
That would be better. You don't think so?
Yeah. No, Kuo, go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Kuo, you want to call me direct? Castillo?
Yeah.
You want to call me direct? I'm on air now. Yeah, out of credit. So you. Yeah, Mio, go ahead. You're saying something before and go drop off the line.
Yeah. So I was saying, perhaps I beg you, Cassell is going to come up. You have to ask that question.
What is it?
You got to ask the question to Cassell. Why did you go to the Supreme Court, telling the Supreme Court to declare the law unconstitutional when you believe that the law was
yes, I will do Mio. Cassell is back on the line. So Cassell, continue. Let's just wrap up with you.
Okay, so knowing that Councillor Mio being a councillor, I believe that he has some level of experience in his capacity of his current job, and I don't believe that he don't understand what he's doing. I believe it's a familiar territory that he's in. So I was happy because I know it is non-lawyers when dealing with issues is different from when a lawyer is dealing with issues.
Okay.
Councillor Mio just accepted something very important when he was deliberating. He said the LFA statute did not say whether you convicted in London or whether you convicted in Paris or anywhere in the world. That is jurisdictional silence. The statute was silent on it. I want to tell Councillor Mio that the statute wasn't silent on it. The statute was clear. based on the fact that the very statute, there is a preamble. In the preamble, count 21, it is clear. The statute knew that the framer of the law understood the fact there is a clause within the statute. And in the statute, there is a clause for conviction. There is a clause for conviction within the statute. And based upon that fact, we have to define what is court. Because conviction cannot be taken from one side, Thomas Kojo.
Okay.
Conviction cannot be taken from our very homes. Conviction can come from a court. So the statute defines what is court. And when the statute defines court, the statute defines court to be court within the Republic of Liberia.
On the Liberian jurisdiction.
On the Liberian jurisdiction. The statute was framed with it.
Okay.
Clear with it. There was no warnings that Councillor Miobien couldn't interpret there.
Okay.
But Councillor Miobien went on to say that the statute did not say where. That law did not say where. That law say you have to be a Liberian citizen. That law say you shall be 20. You shall not be younger than 25. And another thing I want to make clear, knowing that the statute talk of court within Liberia, the statute say it clear. And of course, Councillor Miobien is right there. He's a councillor. The penal law of the Republic of Liberia says only 2 crimes committed can be brought back to this country.
What are the 2 crimes? What are the 2 crimes, Cool?
Treason and espionage.
So what happened to you? Not mounted to any of them?
It's not at all.
Okay.
Conspiracy to commit wire fraud. In Councillor Miobien being a councillor, he understood that very well. That councillor committed. He asked me during the hearing, what was the crime? And I told him 1349 conspiracy to commit wire fraud. I didn't tell him espionage.
Okay.
I didn't tell him treason.
Mr. Kuo.
So he understood. So what Councillor Miobien is affecting again, that our lawyer went to the Supreme Court and said to the Supreme Court that this law would disqualify our candidate. That's a fallacy, 100% fallacy.
Why you went to the Supreme Court? Why you went to the Supreme Court?
Put in an in proceeding because we suspected that the committee was going to be a committee that was going to disqualify me because we already sensed that the committee, no disrespect to anyone, but the committee was compromised. We believe that the committee was compromised. So, because of that, we went to the Supreme Court for an proceeding so that the Supreme Court can interpret 58.1.
Okay, cool.
So that interpretation will be used as a working tool during the time of application.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately, the Supreme Court reserved ruling. They did not rule.
Okay.
So, Councillor Miobien is misinforming the public that we went and told the people that we will be disqualified based upon this clause. That wasn't true.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All of time, cool. Let me speak with all of. Thank you. So that means all of time. Let me pick at most 3 calls in 30 seconds each. At most 3 calls in 30 seconds each. Let me get this person. Hello.
Hello.
Your name? Where you joining from?
My name is Yuru Mela. I'm calling from Usekota.
My man, the noise behind you. Mela, go ahead.
Yeah. Let me try. Listen up here. Your question, sir. It is true. Are you part of Alpha Otamo? If you answer that question, I can go follow.
But what did Alpha Otamo got to do with the LFA election?
I just want yes or no question, bro.
No.
Like I say, Otamo. Okay, Mr. Bien. It is true. You are a member of Alpha Otamo, and in the presence of other teammates of Alpha Otamo, as a chairman, you keep on opening that Kase can never be qualified on your chairmanship.
Okay.
You speak
to that. Call us on 0776104104. Let me squeeze in just 2 more. Then I give it. I go home. I get journalist Danishus Mate on the line. Danishus, welcome.
Well, thank you, Kojo. Let me
just add my voice to what Mr. Kaseko just said. The in-read petition to the Supreme Court was not as Councillor Mia Bien has said because Kaseko knew that he was going to be rejected or he was going to be disqualified. No, the lawyer is misleading the public, and I have a high respect for Mio, even though, and listen, I have reasons to question the integrity of the elections committee, but I decided to not do it because maybe I know them and we all have, relationship. But that committee, they all have personal relationship with Mustafa Raji, and that makes it to be a compromise committee. And I'll give you two examples. Mr. Abraham Kerry went to Mecca through Mr. Raji influence with the Saudi Arabia Football Federation. That's how Abraham Kerry went to Mecca along with Abu Bakar SM Kamara, the IT manager in the FA. Mr. Rudolph Johnson, who was at the Supreme Court, is a very close friend of Mustafa. Why Mustafa appointed? I know RJ, he's my buddy. We drink beer together. I know him. Beer is part of AFA. Raji is part of AFA. So that committee is compromised, and they have given reasons why, for which Mr. Kuo and his legal team will go to court and will take all the remedial processes available by law. Mr. Raji will have a contest.
Thank you, Danisha. Thank you, Danisha. Let's squeeze in this person. Tension, go ahead. In 45 seconds, all of time. Go ahead quickly. Tension, go ahead. Let me get this person right here. The line is booming. Hello. What am I doing? Hello. Oh my God. Hello. Hello. Oh. Let me get this person right back. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, where you join us from?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Badi, and I joined a conversation from the densely populated township of West Point.
We out of time. Go ahead quickly.
So, precisely, I listened to Council Bien. He just put out some lies, and you get to understand that the essence of his being the community chair was to disqualify Kassia. And the laws are clear. You listen to Kassia interpreted the statute. In the statute, the preamble of the statute defines what is court.
Okay.
And so this court has legal jurisdiction.
Okay.
So under jurisdiction in Liberia is that no court convicted Kassia for which he did not participate. And the laws are also clear. They say but two things on the point to not participate in Liberia.
Okay, Badio, thank you. Let's squeeze to the very last person. Your name and where you join us from? That person seems to be out of Liberia. Where do you join us from? Hello? You calling me at this time? Where everybody booming? Hello? I'll have to leave you and go to the counselor. We'll have to go. I'll have to leave you and go to the counselor. That means squeeze this person in. Oh, what is the person doing? Counselor B, are you there?
I'm here, Thomas.
Hello?
I have time. Don't worry.
Hello?
Yeah, Coach.
Your name, where you join us from? Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Peter Bala.
Welcome, Bala.
And I call from Clarendon.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I listened to the fascinating conversation, and I'm behooved to say that I'm extremely disappointed in Council Bien that he has lost his integrity. The fact that he allowed himself to be bought.
How?
But look at the process that led to the quote unquote disqualification of somebody. If your argument is in the interpretation of the statute that they shall not have found guilty. Guilty where? Of crime where? These are clear. The laws are clear. The interpretation of the statutes are clear.
Okay.
But for you to allow yourself to be dragged and be bought, and Council B has said this many times. As a member of our time, you have said in public that only his wife and chairperson.
Where you get evidence? You get evidence to the thing you are saying again?
We follow for the last 20 years.
Okay, thank you. We all have time. Brother. I can squeeze in everybody out there by this time. And Mio, just respond to a few of them, then we can go home. Let's just do it on at most. Mio, I beg you, let me squeeze the person in. The person on my back. Hello?
Hey, Kojo, how are you?
I'm doing good. Your name, where you joining from?
I'm on Jala. I come from New Georgia. I talk a bit of key point quickly.
Go ahead quickly now. What of time?
So we know the intention to disqualify Kassia.
What is the intention?
It was already clear by the LFA, right? And Council Mio has said it clear on the time of you.
Okay, thank you. Your name, where you joining from? Look. Your name, where you joining from? You our last call of today. Go ahead. Hello. Mama, you ain't like again coming direct, calling me on the internet. Mama, I'm leaving you. Yeah, Council, go ahead. Let's just wrap up.
Thank you, Thomas. And I like to, because this is the highlight of the show. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna have to take some time to address about 6 or 7 of the callers, but not.
Let's just summary it on
Yeah.
at most 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Go all of time. Thank you.
No, let's do 3 minutes.
Okay, go ahead quickly. Go ahead quickly.
And let me take my time. Now I'm going to bundle some of the responses. Some of the inquiries by the callers. Raji is not a subject, and I'm not a spokesperson for Raji, so I will leave that out of this.
Okay.
Let's start with what Kaseko and Danishas Matthias said.
Okay.
I think it's unfair, it's dishonest, and it does not lend any sort of support to their campaign to come to these elections by misinforming the people. For me, as I said, I've got no interest in any candidate. Tomorrow, someone's coming?
No, go ahead.
Good. So, Danishas and Kase said on this published show that their petition before the Supreme Court is not to challenge Article 58.1. This is dishonesty. This is a lie, and it's not fair. And someone who wanting to hold these kind of offices must be true to themselves. It is there. The petition is there. If you challenge me and I want to be after here, I will bring the petition to you. I will send you a copy.
Okay.
In their submission, they challenged Article 58.1, and that's why we deny them all. What did they say about Article 58.1? They said Article 58.1, the way it is in there, disqualifies Kaseko. So that article should not be there. It contravenes the Constitution because the Constitution says you are free man. So, and this is the dishonesty Kaseko, and I want you to get this. At one point he says, because he was clear in America, he's quoting the Constitution here that says he's a free man. And I hear America the point in jail. That Liberia?
No, go ahead.
The Constitution of Liberia applies in America?
No.
Okay. But he's telling you as an argument that Article 21J says he's a free man. So we must listen to Article 21J on his freedom. But when it comes to a criminal record, he said, no, don't listen to it. Now America, the thing happened, don't listen to it. So Thomas, you're a journalist. Tell me which one you take. So you only interpret the Constitution or the law when it suits you? When it suits you, you not interpret it? Look, I'm a lawyer for many years. These things are very simple to understand. I can teach these things. All of the people who have handled these things, they know that should I appear, this is it's a water under the bridge. So the law is clear. As I said, you should go home and the listening audience should listen to it. I call it core star argument, his major argument, his core argument is the fact that the Constitution of this country declares you a free man. I don't agree. Just because the Constitution declares you a free man does not mean you are illegible.
Okay.
It is a separate thing. But he's saying that because the Constitution says he's a free man, when you serve your sentence, you are free. Then you serve the sentence in the U.S., he comes there and says, well, you look at the law. Look at the 21J. That's the first thing. But let me go to the main thing. His star argument is he's challenging 58.1 and 45.4. All those two articles together, combined, he says disqualify him. This is his lawyer's argument. Not anybody. So I want you to listen to that. He's saying he went to court before we even came up. And I want you to hear this.
Let's just try to wrap up, Council.
Yeah, I'm wrapping up. And the reason I'm going to stress on this because I wanted people to know I was not the one who interpreted those articles for him at the first place. The lawyer took their time. Councilor Jimmy Bomo is a friend, a good colleague of mine. He went to the Supreme Court arguing that this clause will disqualify my candidate. Your plea change it, my client. Your plea change it is inconsistent with the Constitution. That the court that they case to the Supreme Court. Then he comes and say, oh, the committee, they interpret the law good. They say how they interpret it. They say they team me, part participle, present, future, all other things they say. But the truth of the matter is, the law is any candidate who wanted to contest shall not have been found guilty. And that means you must not have criminal record as at the time of your application. In conclusion, I'd like to respond to Yudu and the rest of the caller who said, Yudu said from Alpha Indonesia. You know, it's an open secret. I've been a member of Alpha way before. Tomorrow they'll come and say because Reggie myself taught so that why I compromise.
What? Why? Because I got the same height?
Yeah, we got the same height, so I compromise. Don't listen to that. I've been around the block. I understand these things. No evidence, as you said to him. The other caller from West Point say, oh, he's compromised. So you ask him, how is he compromised? You know, don't listen to these things. Once people are not happy, the election did not go their way, they will say these things. These are fanatics of Cassette. And as I said to you in closing, Cassette I don't think Cassette has not been refined. Cassette has come out a day, he's stormed a toe, you know, he's doing well for football, but sadly, the law, the way it looks, it disqualifies him.
Let's go home, BN.
After this, let him go and change the law. You will be allowed to contest.
Thank you, BN.
So
thank you very much for accepting my invitation to be on the weekend sports. Thank you, Council.
It's always been a pleasure. It's always been a pleasure.
Okay, boss. That's the voice of Mio BN taking us home on the weekend sports.